Alright, so here we've got our blade, and this is my file guide. I got it from usaKnifeMaker.com, Tracy Mickley, awesome guy. There's another version made by Uncle Al at riversidemachine.com that has carbide faces, so you can run it with your grinder. If anybody wants to buy me a Christmas present, that would be awesome. But I do not have one of those just yet, so we'll make do with what we've got. So let's see here. We're going to set that in there. Clamp everything down nice and tight. You sure don't want it to move at all during this process. Alright, now before I go on, we need to get the center marked on this bad boy so that I don't take my plunge line past center. So, got some layout dye. It's probably way more than I need. Whoops. And right now our blade is 1.95, very close to 2. So we're going to go half of that, which is 1.975. And now we've got the center marked on our blade. Now I'm going to take my chainsaw file right here. It's a 5/32 chainsaw file. And I'm just going to run it right against the file guide, like so. Now the trick is to get the plunges even, front, back, side to side. So I need to get down here, keep an eye on where center is sideways here, and make sure I don't mess myself up that way. Also, when you're filing, if you haven't done a lot of filing, you never drag back with pressure. Push only. Very important. Especially when you start buying decent files. Spend some time here and make sure this is exactly where you want it, because everything depends on this being right. Alright, so now we're going to flip it over. Same thing on this side. Little layout die. And I left my calipers at 0.975, so we should still be centered. There we go. Now, work on that side. Remember to check and make sure you don't get past center on the other side, because that would be a bad thing. A very, very bad thing. See there how we're centered right in between, going right up to the center mark, both sides. Now the trick. I've got a slight angle there versus the ricasso, and I need to match that on the other side. Well, what I'm going to do, it's actually very simple. Alright, so we're going to come right here and just transfer that line across. Now, if you haven't spotted the problem with this already, I will enlighten you. My blade is not square to the line. The blade is tapered. So what I'm going to do now is take the same scribe on the other side, see how I've got an angle there? The center of those two is square. So we're going to do the same thing on this one. So, probably can't see it very well, but there's two scribed lines there, and between the two is our square mark. So, get back in a dandy filing jig right here. So we're going to go from that square mark, from that mark, to the center point. Right there. And repeat. Flip this around the other way so you can see what's going on. Alright. Work. Alright, let's see how we've done. Not exactly right, but a really good start to be refined later. Moving on.